morning, all ladies and officers. First of all, welcome to the National War Memorial. Congratulations on your stepping into the second innings of your life. God bless you and have a great time ahead. Thank you. I'm Gurkam Baljit. As of now, for today, looking after the memorials, we have three officers here, one from the Army, Navy and Air Force. It's a tri-service organization. As of today, I'll be conducting you for your ceremony. May I know how many of you have already visited this memorial earlier and have been briefed about it? Not many. So I'll just take 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to tell you a little bit about the memorial so that when you go back, you carry a valued information. This memorial was dedicated to the nation by our present PM, Honorable PM Modi ji in 2019, February 2019. This memorial has been basically constructed to honor the memories of all our soldiers who have laid their lives post-independence. For all the soldiers of the Indian Armed Forces who have laid down their lives pre-independence, the India Gate was the memorial. At that time, when the India Gate was constructed, approximately 87,000 casualties had taken place, out of which 13,000 plus names have been inscribed on the wall, and the rest names have been preserved in a book. After that, we step into this war memorial, that is pre-independence, and this is post-independence. When this memorial was constructed, it was designed on an epic called Mahabharata, on a warcraft system. I'm sure all of you have heard about the system of the concentric circles or the Chakravyuh. So this warcraft symbols have been picked up and designed by a company so that a feel of our earlier warcraft, their feel and the present system can be amalgamated together. So when you enter, you must have felt and have seen that the entire memorial is in a circular shape. At the beginning, the first circle is a set of trees all around on the outer periphery, approximately 800. They symbolize the soldiers of the nation who are standing guard, protecting the boundaries and the borders. So they symbolize this particular Raksha of the nation. So it is known as Raksha Chakra or the circle of protection. The second circle is the Tyag Chakra, where these granite walls, the famous granite walls you have observed, already seen, and this is the most famous and the most important part of this memorial. We at the National War Memorial call it as the heart of the memorial. Here at present, 26,615 brave hearts are resting. The walls have got a capacity of 29,000 names, and every 6 months some names keep getting added. So this second circle where the brave hearts are resting, where their names and numbers have been marked, is known as the Tyag Chakra or the circle of sacrifice. After that, we step into this gallery on my right, and you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. There are 6 murals placed in this gallery. These murals basically depict that time of famous Indian wars where the tide was turned from against to our advantage. There are 6 murals depicting 6 separate walls. Once we finish our ceremony here, you're most welcome to go and have a look at it. This circle is known as the Veerta Chakra. After that, we step into the heart. This is the heart. Then we step into the core of the memorial, the central obelisk. This obelisk is approximately 15 meters tall with the national emblem at the top. The flame that you see burning in the center, Amar Jawan flame, was earlier in the arch of the India Gate. If you remember, sir, there was an inverted rifle and a helmet also placed at the arch of the India Gate. It is now relocated at another location in the memorial called as the Param Yuddhasthal or the PYS, where 21 Paramveer Chakra awardees, their busts and their history and their deeds of valor have been inscribed. In the center is the rifle and the inverted helmet. So the flame has been merged here and the rifle and helmet has gone to the Param Yuddhasthal. So this center is known as the Amar Chakra or the circle of immortality. This particular memorial basically, if you see, depicts the life of a soldier right from his birth to his duty who is sacrificed and who is becoming immortal in the eyes of the nation. These are the 4 circles as far as the war memorial is concerned. Just you're most welcome after the trip to go around, click photographs, look at the names, go down in the gallery and read about the wars what we have fought. After this, I'll just tell you about the procedure that we are going to follow today. Today's wreath-laying ceremony. Just let the guard come. The ceremony will be a ceremonial wreath-laying. The general officer will be laying wreath on behalf of all of you. So when he is about to lay the wreath, all of you are requested. You will be requested to take your position on the right side through the steps and the bottommost or upper steps in a circular fashion. Our staff will be there to guide you how to take position. During the wreath laying ceremony, there will be 2 salutes. So during the ceremony of the wreath laying, there will be 2 salutes. The first salute, both the salutes will be ordered by these guards, the guard commander. The first salute will be during the last post. There will be a last post that the buglers will be playing. During that bugle playing, there will be the first salute. When the first salute ends, there will be a 2 minutes silence to allow you offer a homage to the brave hearts. At the culmination of 2 minutes, there will be another word of command for Salami Shastra and a bugle will be played. During that, again, we will be saluting. To help you and to assist you and to give you an indication, there is a JCO who is standing on the right hand side of the obelisk. He is the marker JCO. So whenever he salutes, all the officers in uniform will salute. Whenever he puts his hand down, all of you will put your hand down. So it will be happening 2 times with a 2 minute silence in between. Any doubts for this? So by